What's up, yo? It is your boy Winston Wolf. I'm back. I just want to do a quick video. So I'm getting ready for work. And I pull up YouTube just to have something to listen to while I get ready. And for some reason on my feed, this hack shill Chris Stuckmann's review for the new Indiana Jones movie pops up. And just out of morbid curiosity, I wanted to hear what kind of mental gymnastics this moron was going to have to perform, which I'm sure he knows about gymnastics and contorting his body for people. But I just wanted to hear how he was going to sell this movie to his low IQ moronic audience. And I sat through the whole video. Let's talk about it. So the first thing you notice, of course, with all of his videos, and granted, I've only seen 2 or 3 of his videos because he's a one-trick pony, and I'm sure he knows about trick ponies. But he has over 2 million subscribers, which is mind-blowing. But I guess because he has to cater to those morons, he has to talk so slow. Like, I don't know how anybody can sit through one of his videos. I don't know if people are using these for sleep aids. I do not know. But the fact that he is a shill and the way he delivers his information is that way, it says a lot about the majority of people out there and a lot about his audience, and what it's saying isn't good. So also, the other thing you notice as soon as the video comes on is his PlayStation Pride shirt. So you already know what his opinions are, and you already know anything bad is going to be good to him. And I guess a name like Stuckmann is really appropriate because he's probably been stuck in quite a few men. So for the first 5 minutes of this, all he does is trash Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Because that's how hard he is shilling. It is to the point where you think you clicked on the wrong video or they mislabeled the video. But what he's doing is he's setting it up because he knows eventually you're going to see this movie and realize it's terrible. But he wants to say, well, even though this movie is terrible, it's not as terrible as the previous movie. And that's his way of shilling to Disney because the previous movie wasn't under Disney. Didn't have the same director. No, nothing. You know, this is supposed to be all new. Kathleen Kennedy. So he wants to separate it. So he wants to make sure he trashes Kingdom of the Crystal Skull as much as he can, just to make that as an example to be like, well, if you think this movie is bad, it's no way as bad as the previous movie. So he knows this movie is garbage. But he's just shilling. He's shilling hard. He wants those free movie passes. He's a moron. He's an idiot. So while he's trashing Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, he says that even after the movie, he was still, quote, drinking the Kool-Aid. He was still trying to convince himself it was good. That just shows how much of a dumb, fat-faced, paled, allegedly drug addict, allegedly alcoholic moron he is. Because everybody that saw the movie halfway through, you knew the movie was garbage. I was there opening night. You could feel the electricity in the air as you would with any good. It was the same with Spider-Man 3. Everybody was excited in the lobby. People were dressed up. Halfway through, you start hearing the murmurs. You feel the energy go down of the whole audience. Everybody knew. So if you didn't know and you still liked it after that, that speaks even more of how much of a moron you are. And then he has the nerve to say he misses Roger Ebert. Yo, listen to me, chubby face addict. Roger Ebert was never a shill like you. Never. I'm sure he could have cashed in plenty of times. I'm sure he could have had a great side hustle getting money, whatever. But don't ever compare yourself or even say Roger Ebert or that you miss him or something like that, because you definitely are not in the tradition of any kind of credible critic, you moron. And then after that, he says, we become so binary. We need nuance. We need different. No, if something is good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. And of course, you're going to say you don't want things binary with your Pride PlayStation shirt. And I just want to say this. He's setting it up so that eventually, when whatever comes out, because he's not mentally with it. Anybody can tell. This dude is a weirdo. So whatever's going to come out, just like, pause, pun intended. But whatever is going to happen in the future, which happens with all these YouTubers, every single one, either they're going to be caught something doing illegal, something despicable, or treating their employees like garbage, or whatever. He's going to use this as his get out of jail free card, which I actually think, seeing him, he's going to like going to jail. He's going to love the whole atmosphere there. But he's going to use that just like the only person that didn't work for it was Kevin Spacey. But we already knew how he was rolling. We knew he was fighting for the pink team years before that. So that was no surprise. That's why he couldn't get away with it. But with Chris Stuckmann, he's setting it up so that when whatever happens, he's going to be like, oh, well, I live this way. And he's going to hope that that's going to get him out of trouble. And who knows? With his brain damaged fan base and just how backwards the world is, yeah, it might just work for him, but we know what's going on. And then he says his biggest problem with the movie is the de-aging CGI. And he says, quote, "You can't miss it." You're not supposed to miss it, moron. That's why it's right in the middle of the shot, you stupid idiot. They focus right on it. That's the whole point of the scenes, as you can see that they de-aged them, and you're supposed to be wowed by it. This dude, yo, bruh. So I'm gonna tell you right now, with this 15-minute plus video, his only criticisms is with the CGI. And it's not, and of course, you can't name a specific person if you have a problem with CGI. Because when you look at movie credits, there's literally hundreds, if not over 1,000 people for some movies doing CGI. So of course, there's no criticisms with Disney, the script, the directing, Kathleen Moron Kennedy, nobody. He still wants to get those free movie passes. He still wants to get paid under the table. And we all know how much Chris likes things under the table. So he tries to remain and have some kind of credibility by criticizing something, but he wants to keep it safe enough to where it's a nameless, faceless person or entity that he's criticizing. Shill all the way. So he starts using his mom as a gauge for quality with movies. He's like, I don't listen to the critics. I don't listen to this. I listen to what my mom says, because my mom is the average moviegoer. Well, that's not speaking well about your mom, because number one, she raised your moronic idiot. Oh my God. I just try not to say certain words. But your mom is a full-blown dusty moron. And guess what? The mainstream audience, they're idiots too. That's why you have so many bad movies. That's why we have 3 parts of the new Fast and the Furious movie. That's why. So you're using your mom as a gauge and you're bragging about that? I guess for your moronic, stupid, idiot, brain damaged audience, that might mean something. I don't care what your mom thinks. I don't care what the average moron thinks. I want a good film, idiot. So at this point, when I'm watching it, 9 minutes in, he brings up Kingdom of the Crystal Skull again. He knows damn well what he's doing. He knows damn well this movie is garbage. But of course, again, through the whole review, once again, has to bring up Kingdom of the Crystal Skull because once again, he knows you're going to see this movie. You know it's going to be trash, but he wants to be like, but it's not as bad as the last movie. Am I right? Does anybody have any beer? Pills? Beer? Pills? Some little boys? And really, at this point, we're probably at the 11-minute part of the video. And he's just saying very simple points. He's like, I like this movie because it shows that old people are not worthless. They won't just sit in a wheelchair. They can actually do things. Is his... why am I asking? Of course his audience is this dumb. Of course. I read the comment section. Of course. This is what they want to be fed. Eat up, morons. So this absolute loser spends the last 5 minutes of, I think, a 17-minute long video. First of all, before he gets to the last 5 minutes, he said he's going to make another video about this, a spoiler video. Yeah, because that's what we want, more of this. We want more of somebody saying 3 words a minute, like they have a massive bleeding head wound. Yes, that's exactly what we want, is 20 more minutes of you shilling this garbage. But for the last 5 minutes of the video is him begging for more money for his, and I didn't know it until I watched this. He's making a movie. This idiot's making, didn't we already learn from the Mr. H movie projects? Didn't we? Now we got this moron making a movie, but for the last 5 minutes, this moron is begging for more of your money to finish what is guaranteed to be a lackluster, dumb project. And after this, I just, on YouTube, I typed in, what was it, Shelby Hills or something like that. Wow, you're making a Blair Witch ripoff. And you need more money. He needs more money. Okay. Wow, Chris Stuckmann, Dial of Destiny. What did he say? He loved it.